Greetings and welcome back to the garden. This time we're going to do an update video. We haven't done that in a little while. We've just been doing mostly time-lapse stuff, so this is what this corner is looking like. I did add a pop-up sprinkler head. I wanted to try a rotor and see how well it would work here, and actually, if this is anything to judge it by, we've got a nice bird of paradise growing. So, but I can see where I need to cut some of this off, trim that back. The tree is way out of control, but we just keep working on it. The problem is it's just been too hot lately. End of September, mid to end of September, that's kind of where we are. So in case you're watching this later, and we'll go through the gate here. I've still got these lined up and ready to be transplanted out front, and I want to get the watering updated over there. We'll work our way back here. Most of the side garden is just died off, and some of this is, well, I mean, you can kind of see what it looks like up there. It's all dead. It's all dead down here, but it's kind of that transitional time. We've got that one cacti, which I took from the big one. I got another one over here. I got more in the bucket up there to be put into pots that I can get from the pot garden, if you will. It's something interesting growing nice and tall there. I'll figure that out, but I think it's all basically just weeds. We've got another 4 o'clock over there. I'll just show you this real quick. The 4 o'clock with pink flowers. I think at one point I had broadcast some seeds up here, and then I just keep cutting those things down, and they keep coming back. So, you know, why fight it? Maybe I'll just let it grow in that corner. We do have more cacti to be transplanted for one thing or another that got rescued from other areas. And we've got this interesting thing down here. The idea is, since almost everything is dead, I recently started sprouting seeds again. I haven't done that for a few years. And so, I mean, like for eating, not for trying to grow a plant. But the new unit I bought is letting some of the smaller seeds go right through. So my thinking is I'll just kind of loosen up the soil here a bit and dump this out because it's got some little seeds in it. And we'll see what those turn out to be. They're just getting washed through because every day you want to actually wash the seeds and get them wet again, and then they start to sprout really quickly. So that's kind of how that system works, and I'm going to end up with some of this kind of yellowish water, which is, it's not a bad thing. It's just kind of rinsing the material that's on the seeds off, but you want to keep them rinsed, otherwise you might have mildew. So, or mold, or I don't know. Anyway, there are some seeds in the bottom. I want to put them here. And as that keeps happening, I'll just keep planting out areas that have died off, and we'll have some kind of ground cover / maybe something edible to carry us through until next spring. So that's the thinking on that. Up here, we've got one. Actually, that snake plant is looking pretty nice. Oh yeah, I was going to mention the citrus trees. There's not a whole lot. I don't know if you can see. There's one green, orange on there. This tree generally produces around January, February. So we've got a little ways to go. That's fine. The other ones over there, they kind of keep drying out, and then we deep water them when we know the heat is coming. I'm thinking about changing out some of the sprinkler heads so that they will, when they get regular weekly watering with everything else, they'll get that much more. I put up drip irrigation up there, and it just isn't quite working. So if anybody has any suggestions, I welcome them in the comments. Just not an expert on citrus, and Dad can't really see what it looks like right now, so he can't really tell me exactly what to do. So we'll see. Anyway, that's what we got over here. Let's work our way through the gate. Let's see if we can do this all in one shot. We'll come around here to the roses, and these cacti are doing okay. The hillside's doing okay. They're still working on a house next door. And I've been smelling something, and I suspect what it is they've been putting trees up on the hill. I think they're throwing a ton of fertilizer up there. They're going to try and green up that hill, which isn't a bad thing, except it's going to require a lot of water, and this is LA. So back to this, we've got various different succulents, and then we come over here to this, which is actually two plants growing inside each other. And then we get over here to the roses. And unfortunately, the first one we started with that caused us to replant everything, that seems to be dying. I don't know what to do. We gave it some fertilizer, maybe too much. So I'm just going to leave it alone, make sure they keep getting water and that they don't have diseases. Tomato garden, this is pretty much all dead, except there's a few stragglers back there, so we'll go ahead and enjoy those. The pepper garden's actually doing better than I would have thought. Ooh, that pepper dried out. I don't know if I can... This pepper dried out on the vine. But we'll see what I can do with this. The beans didn't work out, but I can throw some more seeds in there and see what happens. All the other roses, everything else are doing pretty good. And then we work our way over here. So Mom's garden's kind of been staying alive because we've been throwing so much water on everything because of the heat. And so I don't know if any of that is weeds, but the real surprise was the water that I've been trying to just get out and water to make sure they won't die off. The bougainvilleas have really started to come back. And I can see buds on the rose plant here. So hopefully when it cools down a little bit, the roses will come back. Moving on. Go around here. And just kind of under the tree. Doesn't look like much except there's more 4 o'clock back there. There's a bunch of 4 o'clock back here. And then we've got the hibiscus. We got this one in the corner. We got this one here and that one there. And it turns out that hitting them hard with the water, I even found that changing the nozzle to like the flat pattern, I can really kind of get them off the bottom of the leaves pretty easily. So that seems to mostly solve the problem. Every so often I come back out and hit them again. So it's not every day. Moving on, we got another gate, and I just walked through a spider web. Another problem we have to deal with. And make sure the gate's closed as stuff swirls around. More bougainvillea. The geraniums did not hold up too well this year. I got to figure out how to get in here and change the watering there. I suspect part of it is like here. The hoses blew off of the manifold, so I'm not too sure what to do. But more snake plant. They're kind of clustered together. I had them down to like 2 or 3 small plants, maybe 4 or 5, and it just became a huge clump again. We've got, I forget what that's called back there, but should be a beautiful plant. It's just going to take a few years for it to come in. But it took, 10 years for me to get this tree together, so I stuck to it, and it came up, and I got more seeds now. Pricker bush, which I don't really care for. That's whatever this other bush is here. Our gardeners have been helping us just kind of keep things cleaned up in general, and then I try and hit specific things. After recovery from neck surgery almost a year ago now. So I'm doing okay considering. The lawn's a little brown. But there you go. That's what that's kind of looking like. Then over here we've got these plants and another bougainvillea, which has been here forever. Well, not forever, but a long time. It's looking pretty sick right now, but this is the one that I was digging into on the Scratch Me Up video. So it's looking like I kind of got the, whatever it was, I think we just keep blasting it with water and we've managed to get most of it off, but it's going to take time to recover. And that's pretty much it. Here's the view of the valley. And I'll leave you with that. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you on the next one. I don't know if it's going to be another update or if it's going to be another time-lapse video. If I can get back to the garden, that's what it'll be. We'll see. Take care. Thanks again.